Hello there, I'm the base manager and welcome to Timberborn, a game about beavers trying to survive an unforgiving world that humans left behind. We played this game on stream for a couple of hours and we unlocked the Ironteeth faction. So I thought about making a quick playthrough for you guys. Timberborn is a small game, pretty much like Flotsam. We should expect 10, maybe 15 episodes maximum, so it should be quick. Now, I'm going to play on the recommended map, because I believe there is a reason for this map to be recommended. So, we are gonna go that way. Now, for game difficulty, we're going to go with normal. Once again, I like my games standard. I don't like making life harder on myself, so now let's just wait for the game to load. And here we go. Let's pause the game immediately. There is no time to lose. Okay. Now, in this map, let me see. We want to keep our buildings away from the greenland, because this is fertile ground and we want to use it for both growing trees and growing food, and we want to keep our buildings mostly in this area, at least for now. Unfortunately, let me see, I believe we don't start with a lot of things unlocked. No, we do not. Yeah. Now, the Ironteeth and the main faction, they are different. They have different buildings and stuff. Wow, really? Okay. They have different buildings and whatnot. Things that we are going to discover as we go along the way. But now, the most important part is securing food and materials for us to build with. So, and given that the tutorial is not telling us to do so, we are still going to follow the things that tutorial usually tells us to do. So for now, most importantly, we want a lumberjack flag. These are the things that employ the beavers to go and cut the trees down, and then we want, for the food front, we want some gatherer's flag. Now we can see the affected area in here. So if we put it over here, we can use these patches and these patches for food. Let's build 2 of them as well. And then we want a log storage. But for now, let's just build these 2 things. Let's come over here, put maximum workers. The other ones are doing nothing. Lazy bastards. And as they build that, we can come over here into wood and its storage. Industrial log pile. We are going to need... Oh! This one is solid. Nice! Okay. See? One thing that I already discovered. Let's go over there. Now, as you can see, nothing to do in range. We are going to solve that right now. We are going to tag all of these trees to be... Well, not in there, please. In here. There we go. All of these trees are now tagged for, let's call it termination, right? Food doesn't need to be tagged. Now, let's build this industrial log pile, and let's build a small warehouse, which unfortunately I can't fit in here, because, the arrows are pointing in the wrong direction. But that's okay, we're going to put it right here, and that's on purpose. Okay, I know it is a tad bit far away from the gatherers, but this is on purpose, because in this game you have plenty of verticality, just like in Factory Town. This game reminds me of Factory Town a lot, in the sense that you can build stuff on top of stuff on top of stuff, and we want to take advantage of that. And the way you can do that is several buildings, pretty much like the industrial log pile. They have a state called solid. That means they can be built on top. You can build things on top of them. As you can see, we could build something over there, or it doesn't really matter what, as long as it fits, right? Let's see, do I have houses? I do, for example. See? The size doesn't really matter. You can do... Oh, this one is taller. This is a 2-story one. Okay. And yeah, this is on purpose, because we want to use this plateau over here in together with our buildings in order to form a platform where we can build the second level. But for now, we are going to speed up the game and wait for these two things to be built. Okay, so we have storage for food and we have storage for logs. Now that we have that, we should take care of some housing. We can house 10 people, in this case 10 beavers, I call them people, in one barracks. Unfortunately we have 11, which means we need 2, but each barracks costs 40 logs. That's an hefty price. So we're going to require 80 logs, is that it? Wait a second, that's a tad bit too much, don't you think? I think so. We also could use an inventor. Now I'm going to put the inventor right here because we can't build anything on top of that. In fact, I might even build it over on this side just to leave that area open. Come on. Now, unfortunately, in this game, once you deconstruct something, you don't get anything back. So, you know, things should be quasi-permanent, but soon, not soon, but eventually we'll have enough resources that deconstructing things will not be a problem. But for now, we should be careful. Now, I want this to be a higher priority than these two, given that these will take so many materials to be built, and this one is faster. Then we are going to take away one worker, and we are going to put him as an inventor as fast as we can, because we need to unlock the... Oh no, we don't need to unlock this. The faction starts with it unlocked. Oh boy, that's great, because, how should I put it? Within around 20 minutes, we are going to have our first drought, and you need to have this ready for that. So... Oh wait, I forgot one thing. Now that I speak about water, why do we need water? Because we need a deep water pump. That's right. To be built, otherwise my dudes are gonna die of thirst. So let's increase the priority of this one to the maximum. This one should come next, and then when they have time, they should build those two things. So let's take care of our water supply first. Okay, so this has been built, and Joe Jin should take care of that rather quickly, because our guys are starting to get some thirst going. So how about you get that water rolling as well? Get that water rolling. Fantastic. Oh, and we already have the inventor. Cool, cool, cool. Let's put someone over there inventing. But given that we are not going to need the science to unlock the dam, because apparently this faction starts with it already unlocked, we are going to take care of it right now. Well, at least we are going to put it down. Let's just drive a path, just like this, and then we can even use it as a bridge to connect to the other side. Cool. Okay, so let me just figure out. Should we build this one first, because this one is also going to be expensive on the material front, or should we take care of the housing front? Yeah, I don't trust the game. I'm going to give priority to the dams, because in my experience, within 15 minutes we are going to have a drought, so let's take care of this. Now, one must be careful with the amount of resources that we have available for us, especially in the early game, because these logs, they are gonna go quick. We already went through half of the logs available to us. However, the game was nice enough to provide us with a slope over here that leads to more logs, so at least for now, I'm going to go into wood, and then I'm going to ask for another couple lumberjack flags. These ones are free, so I'm going to build those as well. So whenever I have more adults available to work, they are going to work over there, provide us with more logs. So yeah, hopefully this is going to increase the speed at which we get materials. Okay, so we already have someone available to work. That's fantastic. Let's mark these trees. Cut all of these trees down, please. Thank you. Now, Another thing that we might need, and we might need soon rather than later, these houses are going to take forever to build. I can tell you right now. Another thing that we might need, as I was saying, is come over here, farmhouse. A farmhouse is going to be pretty helpful to us. Trust me. Trust me on that. These berries have already are already gone. And we have to survive with what we have. And what we have is not enough. That is unless we plant more. So, let's do just that. Okay, so we are 7 days in, and we are halfway through our dam. So we get a 3-day warning that we are going to have a drought. So I'm going to increase the priority of the farmhouse. Right now, we need to manage these priorities a little bit in the early game. I'm also going to manage the priority of this and say it is a high priority because this way we gain a little bit more space to store up water during a drought, and that would be nice as well. So, important things. This is important, very high priority. Medium priority for the water tank, because right now we can only store the water inside of the building. It would be nice to store up a little bit more. I believe it is 30 units, yep. But if we get the warning of the drought, we just focus our efforts on building this, so we can, you know, at least store up this amount of water. We will be able to store from here all the way over here. It's not a lot, but in the early game it is sufficient. Now, what we did on stream is the same thing that I'm going to do over here, which is to build a ginormous dam over here, and then create a ginormous lake of water for us to take to enjoy. Yeah, I want to get that project rolling as fast as possible, because that is an extra security for our team of beavers. But for now, it is time to speed up the game and wait for them to do their jobs. Alright, farmhouse complete. Let's diminish the speed to 1 time so they can keep on working, but at the same time we can request a bunch of carrots. Now, carrots can be eaten directly. The produce itself can be eaten, the same as berries. Potatoes, on the other hand, must be cooked first in the real house over here. Exactly. And let's take a look at the other crop, which is wheat. Wheat first must be processed by the grist mill and then cooked in the bakery. This is going to stay a little bit out of our league for now. The potatoes should be coming relatively soon. I just don't want to waste workers on them just yet, when we can have the carrots, which grow relatively quickly, feed us for a good amount of time. So yeah, farmhouse complete, time to start farming, and next I think I might want to give priority to the small water tank. So, once again, time to speed up and have them work. Fantastic, we already have the water tank. We shall start accumulating a little bit of water, which is going to give us a little bit more security. Now, luckily for us, we already have some science points going. So let's go into paths and select stairs, and then we are going to select platform. These two plus this, the forester, are 3 very important things to get right off the bat. This because it allows you to access the so these stairs allow us to reach other floors. Unfortunately, as we can see there, they require planks, and we can't produce them just yet, but having them unlocked is not a bad idea. Planks are made in the lumber mill. That's something for us to do in a little while. The forester, however, we can't do as well, because it also takes planks. So, well, I suppose that we are going to take care of those planks as soon as possible. But first, the dam must be built for safety, of course. Okay, so this dam is almost ready. However, there is one thing that we must do first, and that's a few additional gatherers flags, because our food is dwindling. So we are going to take one from here, and we are going to put it over there, Hopefully it's going to work over there. No? Where did you find employment, good sir? In any case, I don't know where the other guy went, but now he's here. Go collect me some berries because everybody is kinda starving. Our carrots are not ready yet. Now, finally, this is done, and they are going to not eat for today. They can handle one day or two without anything in their stomach, but tomorrow I'm pretty sure they will have something to eat. Let's pause right this one, and the worker is already in there. Cool. We need to do this shuffling around for the very first few days, but hopefully, now that the dam is done, they will focus on houses so that they can start having babies. Without houses, there is no babies. As you might imagine, you know, they need a place to make the babies. It's not like they are gonna do the freaky right in front of everybody now, will they? Well, especially if they are dead, but by tomorrow time they should be with a full belly, especially with the grown carrots and all. Cool. So, food should be taken care of by tomorrow. The same for housing. Okay, so let's just... Oh, housing is done. Let's wait just a few more moments while this gets built, so that we can then focus on another thing, which is the power production. In fact, I'm going to take care of that right now as we speak. The beavers can start working on that while we figure out something else. Now, unfortunately, we are going to have to use some of our fertile land in the start for industry. We cannot access the second floor just yet unless we go through here, which is not a good access. So industrial area will have to be over here. So you have two ways of generating power right now. The water wheel. You put the water wheel on the river, and as the water flows, it generates motion. It's not electricity, it's movement. But if that doesn't work, you also have the power wheel. However, this one requires a beaver to operate it, and we don't want that now, do we? So we are going to build this water well right here, and we must build it either right here or right here, because you see those blue thingies? That's where the power shafts are coming from, and we need something to support it. If we put it right here, we need a platform built over there, and we don't have the platform available to us. We need planks for that, right? And in order to make planks, we need power. So you get the drift, right? Now, one thing that I like to do is to do something like this. I placed this the wrong way, I'm sorry. Luckily, nothing has been delivered there just yet. Placed the wrong way because it's this the correct way. Like this. And then we must wait for them to build this first. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to join their power right here, just like so. I can do this one. This one is okay. This one it is not. Like so, and this one is in the wrong place. We are going to unite their power right there. And so the idea here is that whenever we have a drought and no longer have water circulating, we can't generate power. And that is bad, so we might just activate the power wheel for one day or two, even though it might cost us one beaver. It is better than having no industrial production, right? At least that's how I like to think. But in any case, we now have food, water and logs, so our resource situation is somewhat handled. We need to start making some babies and making some power. So let's take care of that by fast forwarding the game a little bit. Oh, we have a drought coming. See, I told you. Half an hour into the game, we get a drought. Of course, half an hour, you know, times 3, but you know, day 14, forecast of 3 days, so day 17, first drought incoming. Usually the first drought is mild, but still, you need to be prepared. And we already have the water, at least a little bit of water, so we should be okay for that. Now, I want to use as little space from this fertile land as possible, so I'm going just to use this area over here for some basic industrial production. But soon I'm going to move this away from here. This is very valuable territory that we cannot waste on industry. But yeah. Oh, an adult has just perished. Probably from old age. Let me just see. Yeah. A couple of people have died of old age. That sucks. But hopefully they'll start making more babies, otherwise I don't know what they expect me to do. But disregarding that, we already have our water wheel ready. Now we can start building things. And what I mean by that is we can build the straight power shaft right here. Now these things block the path. That's why we need to build one tile at a time, or at least build in a way that we don't block access for our beavers. Otherwise, if we, for example, if we do this and they build these two tiles, they will not have access to build this pipe right there. So we need to be careful on how we do things. So first we must build this, and then those over there. In fact, I'm even going to prioritize this one, so I make sure that it is built. And then all we need to do is connect the power shaft into a building, and all of the adjacent buildings will also be connected to the power grid. Okay, so now let's wait this day out and see the first drought coming. Alright guys, here we go. So pretty much whenever a drought starts, if we go over here, we will see, not pause the game, yeah, we'll see drought started, that the water supply is cut off, and it starts to regress. If we didn't have a dam, we would lose water supply. Now, the water is important not only to drink, but because, as we can see, as the water goes away, so goes the fertile land. Now, the plants that are unfortunate enough to be caught by this event, well, they are on their way to die, but they don't die right away. You see, there is a timer, and if water supply is restored within this time, the plants will not die. However, not all plants are this sturdy. Some plants, you know, are less sturdy than others, especially your crops. And from what I can tell, different crops have different values. The carrots are the ones that can survive for longer, and the wheat dies pretty much instantaneously. You have like 0.4 days to restore water supply. It's really fast. So yeah, that's also something to take into consideration. But as we can see, because we we retained some of our water, we managed to keep this area fertile, and our crops should not die. Hopefully. Now is just a matter of waiting 4 days, huh? Okay. Now, because the lake is not plugged in, all this water is going to flow away from the map, which is unfortunate, and that's one of the first projects, one of the first major projects that I kinda want to tackle. But oh well, for now, we still have things to do, so let's get on with them, and hopefully these will be done soon enough. Okay, so the construction is going really well. Let's pause this, and let's pause this one, so if we get available workers, they don't get deployed in here. But speaking about that, I have to admit, I'm quite worried, because they are not making babies. I mean, I know that having 10 people in one house, it's kind of, I don't know, awkward. But still, we need babies. Please, make some babies. But in any case, let's connect the power grids. Let's do this, so these all of these buildings are connected to each other. Okay guys, so, see, there is always an answer. Why ain't they making babies? Because they don't make babies. They are bred in pods. It requires water and berries. Now that's interesting. I wonder, you make one pod and it's like one pod per baby? Or are these pods renewable? Well, we have this space over here. I mean, where do I want to make my babies? You see, look, we have space over there. Let's give the highest priority ever given to anything and start making some babies. Okay, so we now require building lack workers. Don't tell me I lost another one. Nope, doesn't seem to be the case. But okay, so now we must wait for the berries and water to be delivered over there. Huh. Now, hauling is made by the workers within the district. If they are not building, they are hauling. And apparently they don't feel like hauling anything over there. Let me see, I have berries and I do have water. So, what gives? Oh, here we go. See? They are delivering it. They do it during the night time. Oh, okay. Alright, so let's see, how long does it take for babies to be made? Okay, so the drought has ended and we still have plenty of water. And now the water, once again, is flowing through the river. It's gonna take a little bit of time before the water reaches our small village. But it is okay, because we still have plenty of it in here now. These babies, I don't know, but I feel like they might take a few cycles. It was cycle 19 at night when they first got bred, but now it's day 1. How many days have a cycle? Probably 20. So I would say maybe 4 days per baby. That's a little bit too much. We might need a few breeding pods. Well, let's just hope that I'm not overdoing this. Hopefully. I mean, 7 breeding pods might look like a lot, but at the same time I don't think that it is, because, well, we need to increase our population, but we can always pause these things, so, you know, if we have a little bit too much, we can pause 1 or 2 breeding pods and then have them resume work whenever we need more population. What? Breeding halted, waiting for nutrients. Okay. That's fine. That's perfectly fine. And yeah, I don't think the water has arrived just yet, but it is coming and fertilizing everything. That's just amazing. And we are going to continue our business. Now we need more workers, but we don't have them because, you know, babies. So, time for a little bit of a speed up. And hopefully it won't take a very long time before these babies are made. Okay, so one of the things that we can do is a little bit of a worker management over here. We're just gonna wait for the inventor to stop right there and then resume operations like so, because we need those planks, and I don't feel like waiting for these babies to be born and then waiting for them to become adults in order for us to progress. That's not something that we want now, is it? These babies might be born, I would say tomorrow maybe, so that problem might be overcome soon. But still, a little bit of moving the workers back and forward. It's okay. As long as we start getting those planks, and we are getting those planks, we can see that water flow now is producing all the power that we need. We only need 50 horsepower anyway, so we can add more lumber mills if we so desire, but because we don't have the workers, it's not even worth it. But now that we have plank production, guys, we can now make wooden stairs, platforms, and most importantly, a forester. So let's unlock all of these. Forester, stairs, platforms. Now we can start building vertically. But before we can build vertically, we need trees, and there is not a lot of them remaining. So, given that we have our, you know, wood industry right there, let's start planting a couple of trees over there as well. So let's build a forester with our very first planks. Let's put him right here, at least for now. And then in the future, we are going to expand over here and take this land as our forest, as our tree growing areas. But right now there is no need in us stretching ourselves so much, while we can do most of the stuff right there. So we are gonna choose pine to be grown like here and all the way over here. There we go. Building lack workers. Which building? Oh, the forester. Yeah, that makes sense. That would make sense. Well, I suppose that I can always manage some workers around. Alright, so they were born tonight and 2 children, day 5, so 7 days for them to be born. I mean, that's a lot, just saying. I'm glad I built all of this, so soon we shall have more babies being born. But for now, what can we spare? Water production is important. I think that we don't have enough trees over here, so let's pause this one, and hopefully it's going to be transferred over here. Yep. So now we have a forester taking care of growing some trees for us. Great. Cool. Now we must wait for more workers because, well, this is as much as we can grow with the amount of manpower that we have. So there's nothing we can do. Okay guys, so time to start building vertically. Now our storage is capped because this is 200 maximum and we are almost full. We are not full because, you know, last night they ate something, so some of those resources are gone, so we need more storage. So let's go over here, small warehouse, and instead of putting it like so, right, we go like this. Then we select roads. Come on. There we go. Now that warehouse is connected and we can continue building upwards. We built a couple of platforms. We can put a small building right there. I don't know what yet, but yeah, time to start thinking vertically, especially with all of this space over here ready for us. Yeah, I think this is going to make a good place to build our main apartment area and storage area and all of those buildings that allow us to go vertically. But let's unpause the game and wait for the beavers both to grow and to build those things. We can't give them too many things to do, otherwise they'll never get nothing done. Okay, so we are preparing the floor, the first floor there is, to receive more buildings. Now guys, there is one thing that I must say, and that thing is that when there is a game that allows me to build vertically, I'm not going to build something that makes sense, okay? It's going to be an amalgamation of things on top of things on top of things. I don't know, I don't like to see a symmetrical block going up. I don't know, I suppose that would make too much sense for me. So, one of the things that we are going to do is something like this, right? And then, for example, one house. Maybe right here? Yeah, something like this. Because, you know, our beavers also require some leisure, right? Nothing like a rooftop terrace to keep them happy. That's a nice view over the river, right? So, how the hell are they gonna go over there? Now, that's a good question. One that I wish to answer. And they are going to go up like this. See, like I said, it doesn't make sense, but at the same time, it doesn't need to. That's the beauty of this game. And yeah, to go up, they can go like so. Then a path connecting like this, and like this. Fantastic. Okay, so our population is increasing rapidly. I'm liking that. We already have some adults and unfortunately one homeless, but that is about to be fixed relatively soon. But I think this is going to be it for today's episode, guys. Well, how interesting. Apparently, next episode we are going to start with the drought. That one probably is going to last a little bit longer than the previous one, so I'm hopeful that future me can handle it. But, whoa, let me stop right there, because we have a bunch of unemployed people, and we cannot waste time lingering around. Like I said, guys, this is going to be the first episode. Next episode, we're going to focus on more food and growing our timber production. After both of those things are done, we will have the materials necessary to propel our expedition towards this area, where we will be able to start building a major dam that will hopefully help out a lot to sustain ourselves during drought seasons, because droughts are going to get much more severe, trust me. And we want to fix it. We don't want to die, that's for sure. But in any case, guys, I hope that you've enjoyed this episode, and hopefully you will enjoy the series, and that would lead you to subscribe to this channel and help the channel grow. But in the meantime, this is the Base Manager signing out. Bye bye!